So the good news is, Eimear, you can't really see my sty because I'm sitting in Nicola's chair, which is the good news, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you imposed yourself on me at lunch. We had lunch together, so I saw enough of it then.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So you didn't come in very sympathetically, did you, this morning?
No, it's actually funny because you were saying, they're going to notice my sty on the podcast, and now you're just advertising it to everybody. I knew you couldn't help yourself.
I said to Chloe, it can't be seen. She's assured me repeatedly.
Maybe with the new lights.
That there's still that there's still a visual treat for all the viewers on YouTube. That there's no sty related.
I know. I know, and I came in this morning talking about a news story, which is the business of what we're in, as far as I was aware, and I got told that I came in moaning, which wasn't true, and then also that I never asked about your sty.
Which is gross. And then when I said no, I came up yesterday. Then you gave out to me for not going to the chemist straight away, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Then I felt like your mother.
Fault.
Yeah, I didn't say it was your own fault, but I said.
Certainly implied it very heavily.
I said, did you ask the pharmacist for their advice? No, some girl just gave me some eye drops. So if you do need an antibiotic.
You'll harass me till I go down.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you managed to come through your ordeal, and you're here.
I am. And what you had come in and told me about, we were speaking about this, very serious incident in Balbriggan, which has, a lot of people, I think, who are on social media, which is effectively everybody these days, may have seen some of the videos. And there's, some of them are really graphic and shouldn't be shared. But it involves, obviously, a young man has lost his life due to what Gardaí believe, or at least are certainly indicated that it's a deliberate hit and run where somebody has effectively been mowed down in North Dublin last night.
Yeah, like if you're looking at this just based on the original reporting, you would think it's been described as a hit and run, but it seems to be way more than that in terms of it was a targeted attack between two groups who appeared to be feuding with each other. But as you said, at the end of the day, it's a man in his 20s is dead. He was struck around 9:00 last night on Railway Street in Balbriggan town, and he died at the scene from his injuries. There was emergency treatment given to him, but he was unable to be saved. And, I suppose there is a major, as you can see from the videos, it resulted in a major public order incident.
Yeah, because there was a follow-up incident then.
Yeah.
Pretty shortly afterwards, where and a lot of people would have seen maybe that video where there was another car rammed, and there was certainly a fight broke out on the public street. Yeah,
so this happened at rail near the train station in Balbriggan, and then there was a couple of follow-up incidents near the Garda station, and we were watching the videos earlier. They're quite shocking. So you can see a black BMW car with significant damage, and according to bystanders, the car came flying around the corner into the car, and it resulted in, there was a lot of people on the street. It resulted in then groups starting to fight with each other as well. So as far as we're aware, there were no serious injuries sustained. So the fatality was the only serious injury. But there was still a lot of people being rounded up by guards, had to be separated, were attacking each other on the streets. So this was all happening while they were administering emergency treatment down the street to the poor guy who lost his life. So it was just chaotic scenes.
So the guy who hasn't been named, but of course may be named in the next few hours, the man who lost his life is a man in his 20s. He's from the Roma community originally. And what it's been described as, there is a lead up to this incident occurring. It's not just an impulsive moment, although maybe an impulsive moment in of itself. But there has been, I think one of newspaper described it as simmering tensions within a broader family group, let's put it that way.
Yeah, they're all known to each other, and they appear to be like feuding among each other. There's a few different theories around, that's some kind of personal issue and that has led to this, but it's still early days in the investigation, I suppose. But yeah, essentially there is a suspect identified. He's yet to be arrested, but according to sources in that spoken to the Sunday World and the Irish Independent, the arrests are imminent. But I suppose what's been looked at the moment is that they were known to each other, and that this man in his 40s is the person of interest at the moment, and that these tensions led to this incident. Whether or not this was intentional, it had been, it was a targeted attack. Essentially, is what it's been looking at the moment.
Yeah. Now there's obviously what happens when there's something like this and there is an outbreak of sort of public violence as came in the aftermath of this, the Gardaí certainly are of concern of a major public disorder incident, I suppose. Yeah. And that there was a lot of guards brought into Balbriggan last night. I think it was reported somewhere that some of them had to be taken off the Bows and Rovers match in Dalymount, brought in, because something like this can quickly sort of spiral out of control. This isn't this is sort of an interpersonal situation where people can get sucked in who would not normally get sucked into this, and the guards certainly seem to have genuine concerns of things spiraling.
Yeah, and concerns that there may be follow-ups, and attempted reprisals. And you can see that in the videos, it just looked like sheer chaos. There was a load of Garda vans, a load of guards around. There was people filming. Some of it's insensitive footage. And then there's a lot of people grappling with each other on the streets. There was people being put into Garda vans. So there is high tensions in Balbriggan as a result. And there's huge fears that this is not going to be the end of it. And there had been, as you said, simmering tensions that led up to this incident. But now someone has lost their lives. It's become way more than that. Any kind of localized issue between them has resulted in this death, which is obviously a major concern for the community and for the guards as well.
Yeah, so the guards, I suppose, they've appealed for people to come forward if they've seen anything. Obviously, this is broad daylight in a very busy part of the very busy suburb of Dublin. They're asking people, I suppose, the usual for dash cam footage or things of that sort.
Yeah, and they're looking for witnesses to come forward. As you said, it was 9 o'clock, but it's the brightest days of the year at the moment, so there's still a lot of light. And there was, as we can see from the video footage, you can actually see the poor victim on the ground in some of the footage. So there was a lot of people around, as the suspect has already been identified. So this is a fast moving investigation. So I suppose Garda, you're just looking for anyone who can add to that and who can help.
To come forward. And I suppose it's the usual lines that the guards have said. Any road users or pedestrians who may have camera footage, including dash cam from the area at the time, are asked to make it available to Gardaí. And anyone with information is asked to contact Balbriggan Garda Station on 01 666 4500 or the Garda confidential line on 1800 666 111. Or any Garda station. So hopefully things can simmer down and we will come back to the story with more information as it becomes available.
Absolutely, yep. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Eimear.
I'm Nicola Tallant and you're watching Crime World, a podcast about criminals, drugs and the underworld in Ireland and across the globe. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you can be the first to watch all our latest episodes. You can also listen wherever you get your podcasts.